This episode of GameByte is brought to you by Jinx.com. Use the promo code QuitStalling_366 at checkout to get 10% off of your geek gear. Hearthstone shirts, Warcraft shirts, LOL shirts, Dota shirts. Use the promo code QuitStalling_366 and get 10% off of your checkout. Alright, welcome everyone to GameByte episode 6. It's our second QuitSmas 2016 episode. And today, we're going to be looking back at gaming in 2016. With me today, as he is every GameByte, the man your podcaster could sound like, Mr. Ultiverse himself, Diego Zuluaga. How you doing, Diego Z?
I am whelmed. I am more than whelmed. Or just whelmed.
Oh, you are? That's good to know. That's good to know. And as we had him in our last episode, replacing Gallard Labares for today, our special guest, someone who will have quite a tremendous impact in the future of VR. One Mr. Justin Cristi. How you doing, Justin?
Doing really well. It's really good. Really good.
All right, good stuff, man. For those of you who don't know, Justin will be starting to write some articles for us on the Quit Stalling website, so keep your eyes peeled for that.
Better check out that.
Oh yeah,
Probably the most credible staff member in Quit Stalling when it comes to video games.
Oh, when it comes to video games, that's true. That's very true. Oh man. All right, so welcome everyone. Like I said, it's our second QuitSmas episode because we're recording all of these in advance because we won't be online as much as we'd like to during the Christmas season, so we'd like to get this out of the way, so that we can just upload it for you guys, and so you can just consume it whenever you want this Christmas season. All right, so this is gonna be a little special, kind of a tangent, guys, at the start of the show. Usually I ask you what you've been playing, but since it's our year-end recap, I want to ask you, what have you been playing this year? What have you played this year? Diego Z, let's start with you.
Okay, let's start chronologically, if I can. The first game I played, one game I played in the start of the year was XCOM 2. By far, for me, one of the best strategy games I've played since StarCraft.
I totally agree, dude.
Yeah. What else? Pokemon Go was next because when I went to the States sometime June, I was there for the launch and it was so crazy. The Pokemon craze was wow. Awesome. We went in San Francisco. We went downtown, and you could just see people in the central areas just sitting down with their phones, with their friends, just looking for a bunch of Zubats. Well, and the thing is, I noticed though that the game was. I'll get to this later. But I had a feeling after the first week of playing it that the game wasn't gonna last forever. Well, of course not forever, but not that very long. Then at the same time, in my cousin's place, I played Dark Souls 3, which should have won in Best Role-Playing Game for the Game Awards.
I love how you bring that up after the Game Awards show.
No, it's because we already talked so much about how, Witcher shouldn't have won, and then all that. And you didn't ask me what I thought. You're asking Justin because he's your favorite.
That's right. That's right, Justin. You are my favorite.
And no one cares what a non-developer of video games thinks.
DZ's laughing now, but deep down inside he thinks I'm serious. All right, what else have you been playing, DZ?
Okay, then of course when I got back from the States midsummer, Overwatch, of course, and I'm still playing that till now-ish. Just waiting for 2 weeks.
So good.
Just waiting for the rank season to progress a bit so I can play with all the shitty people. And I popped in a bit for Diablo because I heard after BlizzCon, I heard that they were coming out with a reworked version of Diablo 1 and the Necromancer, a very popular character amongst Diablo fans. So I thought I'd just jump into it and play a bit, even if I didn't get to play the Necromancer. And then after that, I Plants vs. Zombies Heroes. I never got into Hearthstone, but this is a good replacement for that. Probably one of the best handheld games I've played the entire year. Even if there were a shit ton of great games in ESGS.
DZ, you still there?
What? Yeah, I'm still there. I just sorry, I didn't.
You're
end
like
it well.
at ESGS. Like I thought you.
It didn't sound like
I thought you were gonna keep going.
Like I ended my statement. It didn't end with a comma. I'm sorry. All right.
It ended with a
At
dash.
Oh, sorry. Even if there were a shit ton of good games at ESGS.
Oh, okay. Oh,
There we go.
thanks, DZ. Justin.
Oh wait, I forgot. Herald got me to try WoW this year.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Good
my
stuff.
god.
Okay. If I had
Have
played
you played
that,
WoW before?
no, that's the thing. Because I played other games before.
Sorry, like
It's-
go ahead, continue.
Yeah, it's okay. Back when WoW was big, I was playing RF Online. You know, the usual Pinoy, the usual. Yeah, I was playing RF because
Com shop
I
games.
don't mean to brag, but during the RF days, me and my brother were the archons of the Balato Federation. Yeah. So yeah, and after
So
that,
he was a
Guild
pretty
War-
big deal for those of you at home.
Yeah.
Diego's he was getting all the chicks in RF Online.
Mga chiksi log pare. And then after that, and then what came after that was, Guild Wars 2. So I never really jumped in on WoW before because it was, a subscription and I didn't have money.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I tried WoW this year. It was fun playing with Herald, I'm off that phase where I'm out of the MMO phase already.
What Diego's saying is if he's not playing with Herald, it's not worth playing.
Wala, you had a demon hunter you wanted to run, eh?
Demon Hunters are the best.
Yeah, that's
Make
it. That's all
Azeroth
that
great again.
Make Azeroth great again.
All
Yeah, that's
right.
it. That's what I've been playing.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to hear from you, DZ. I mean, I haven't talked to you in a long time, so it's good to hear and catch up about what you've been playing over the past year. Justin, what have you been playing? What have you played this year? The year of our Lord 2016.
I think it would take the full 30 minutes just to talk about the games I would played.
All right, give us your highlights. Give us your highlights of the year so
like,
far.
Again, like early on the year, same as like Diego, like, I played XCOM.
Mhm.
And I conquered XCOM. I modded XCOM.
Nice.
I kept and played more XCOM. So like, yeah. So it was like the game like I played early 2016. Around the same time, Stardew Valley got released. So like I've been playing that for quite a while.
Oh, nice.
That spent like it's a single player game, and it's like the best single player game like I think I've played. So thus far,
You think
the one
you've
that got
played?
me more.
Okay.
Yeah. What else? I bought this like long before Starbound. It's a game that was on early access for like 3 years now, and at the time I bought it, it didn't really have much content, and so it just got released like 2016, and I decided to check up on it, and oh my god, it had so much content. Like it was a story mode, there was a hub planet, like it had like everything I could have ever wanted for Starbound, and that's pretty cool. I kind of forgot what I was playing in like mid 2016. I think it was more on. I think I played more games that were already released before. So, yeah, nothing really notable there. The next thing that probably like 2016 relevant game is Overwatch. Like Overwatch got released, and I didn't really play a lot of it at the start. I really didn't get onto the hype because like there was just too many games to play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
As
yeah,
with Diego
by the time
Z,
I remember.
Justin only likes to play Overwatch with Herald.
True that. Like Herald, best player, best teammate. So I think no, I remember like Monster Hunter. Like when Monster Hunter got released, I was so addicted to Monster Hunter. I clocked in around 600 hours now.
Snap, dude!
This
600 hours.
Yeah, this
Jesus
overlap with Overwatch. That's the main reason why I didn't play Overwatch at the start. I didn't play much of it because I was so into Monster Hunter.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, ridiculous amounts of monster hunting. I'm still playing it now. Like, however, right now it's kind of tamed down. I'm just waiting for the monthly DLCs, like the free DLCs. So when that gets released and there's like a new quest, it is really hard. I get back to it every now and then. Then I kind of skipped over Overwatch because there are a lot of games that were released after like I stopped playing Monster Hunter, or rather stopped playing it as much as I did before. There was like Civ 6. I'm gonna start with Civ 6 again.
Yeah.
On the weekend I bought it, I clocked in 20 hours. That's a lot. 10 hours per day.
That's a lot.
Civ 6.
When do you sleep?
I don't. I don't. Actually, I do. I'm not sure how I'm managing this lifestyle. I think that's because I don't get exercise. You can see I'm brave.
But the thing is, you still look like you're 17. Like, yeah. No.
I know.
No matter how little sleep you get, you look like you sleep like a baby. Like you look so youthful. I get like one night where I sleep for 3 hours and I get eye bags that like sink down to my ankles, dude. Like, that is a gift. That is an Asian gift, Justin.
I think it's all about smiling often. Just keep on smiling.
Ah, yes. DZ is not used to smiling because of all the stupid people he plays with on Overwatch.
Oh yeah, dude. That's why it's the salty spittoon.
All the wrinkles.
That's why he only likes playing with Herald.
That's why.
Yeah. That's why.
I can't
just to finish.
Because you're playing. Wow. Sorry, go ahead.
So, let me just finish off. Like, so after
Sure.
Civ 6, like it went on this like steamroll of games. I bought Titanfall. I bought Infinite Warfare. Like all of these came out in November. Like, October.
I see what
November,
you did there.
Pokemon.
I see what you did there with that steamroll.
Yeah.
Clever. You clever, sir.
I didn't even catch that, so like, thanks for pointing that out. So yeah, just a lot of games came out.
That's awesome. Yeah. So sometimes quantity masks the quality or the lack thereof. But yeah, I'm sure you're enjoying all the games you got. All 1 hour playtime each.
I think that's yeah. I don't finish games that often because like I'm more into like playing a lot of games and just experiencing everything that they have to offer rather than like completing the whole game.
Yeah. I totally understand. Especially
only when I really like
up.
the game, like Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah. Especially growing up, I never finished games. The first game I ever finished, I think, was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and I was like halfway through high school then. Yeah, Grove Street for life, man. Like, that was the only game I ever finished. and I only finished it like I think I finished it like 6 months after I got it because I was just so satisfied with like making lowriders and just like driving around and shooting people.
Tricking them out.
Yeah, exactly. So I know how you feel, man. Like sometimes you really just don't need to finish games. I totally get you. So what I've been playing this year, as has been a common theme, I have also been playing a lot of Blizzard games. One in particular.
Oh
would
yeah,
be,
after BlizzCon.
Yeah, especially after BlizzCon. You know, one Blizzard game in particular that I've played a lot of is
I wonder what this could.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wonder, right? It's been
Hearthstone.
Warcraft Legion. No, I played a lot of Overwatch, and it's been good. It's been stressful. It's been tense. Actually, one of the reasons why I stopped is because I kept bringing this fact up, which was I cracked the top 100 tracers in North America, and I just realized like I can't stop talking about it, and that wasn't me, man. I don't brag. I never brag, so I stopped playing Overwatch because I got sick of bragging.
You are now.
Yeah, man, like I am now, top 100 tracer. Yeah. So
Are you still top 100?
Top 100.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. My stats have been inactive for the longest time. Yeah, I played a lot of Overwatch, especially when it first came out. I got this desktop 50% because of my old computer couldn't run Overwatch anymore, or at all. I've played a lot of World of Warcraft because I like I mentioned on previous shows. You know, I waited 16 years to be a demon hunter, and it did not disappoint. Of course, earlier on in the year, I played NBA 2K16. Quit Stalling was founded on Heroes of the Storm. You know, me and the co-founder Mikhail were playing HOTS a lot. We got into Team Fortress 2 as a warm-up for Overwatch. I got to play a lot of Pokemon Go as well. I still play Pokemon Go. One of the few that I know still play. I'm sure a lot of people across the world still play. And I did get hooked on Pokemon Sun and Moon. Oh, well, I got hooked on Pokemon Moon. And I'm not letting go. All right, until I get my shiny surfing Raichu, I will not stop playing this game. And of course, I got curious and I tried out WWE 2K16. I have a review coming out this week, complete with video. And I could not help but mod it, dude. Like the roster was so shallow with WWE 2K16.
You needed SpongeBob in there. Shrek.
Yeah, I know. You just needed to mod SpongeBob in. No, gosh dang it, Justin. I modded recent wrestlers in. You know, wrestlers like AJ Styles, those guys. Because, like I mentioned, the WWE 2K16 roster was very shallow. You know, not a lot of wrestlers. So I had to add a bunch, and it's fun. It's really fun. I mean, I play on the PC, and it's sloppy, but it's good. It's a good kind of sloppy, and I've missed wrestling games, so I think I'm gonna pick up 2K17 when it comes out for the PC as well.
Cool.
Yeah. Real quick before we move on, I want to give a shout out to all the people who have listened during this year. You know, whether it was GameByte, whether it was the Quit Stalling talk show, anyone who has listened to any of our shows, I want to give you a shout out and a thank you for listening, because you know, without the people listening to us, it'd just be us talking on the internet to each other, which we could not, you know, we could get away with without recording it. But thanks to the people that listen to us, we record it and we put it out there. So thank you guys. Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah.
Hello?
Everybody.
You guys got really quiet.
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say.
I thought you ended with a dash.
I did not end with a dash. I take offense to that.
You ended with
All right, so let's get into it, guys. Let's talk about you're gonna hear this week in video games, but I actually want to talk about this year in video games. So let's do it.
This week in video games.
All right, guys. This year in video games is brought to us by QuitStalling.us. Head on over to www.quitstalling.us for all our articles, gaming related and otherwise. Once again, www.quitstalling.us. All right, 2016. It's been a crazy yet tame year in the world of gaming. I mean,
Yeah,
I say
tame.
crazy but tame because we had a lot of controversy, but aside from that, it's been a pretty good year. It's been a consistent year. Of course, Activision Blizzard acquired Major League Gaming earlier on in January, and it set them up to start their own esports channel, which they're doing. They've started setting that up with the Overwatch League that they're coming out with. And DZ, I want to ask you, how do you feel about the Overwatch League real quick before we talk more about the acquisition of MLG? Thank you, DZ. Justin.
God damn it. I don't know
I'm
much
kidding,
about
man.
the Overwatch League, but I know it sounds like a good idea. It's just that, depending on where you live, is going to affect how much you can participate in it.
I know, right?
Maybe, it's like,
Yeah.
I think I heard from my friends some months back we were talking about it, and then their friends who are pretty good Overwatch players were considering being picked to be to be Overwatch leaguers from the Philippines. But it was just in the long run, even they themselves said that they didn't want to do it because it won't sustain. The income that they'll get from that won't be enough. Plus, when you're gonna be part of that league, you're gonna be like full time. It's not just whenever. So, sorry, ending with a dash there. So parang how I see it is that it's a great concept. It'll just really depend on where you live.
Well, the thing is, you talked about sustainability. That's one of the great things about the Overwatch League that they're coming out with is they're getting team owners. They're treating this as a professional league, so they're making it with high income in mind, or enough income in mind to compensate the players to make this a viable living. They addressed that during BlizzCon, and of course, as a player, you're committing your time. It's a professional league. It's a professional sports league, and they've compared it to leagues such as the NBA, where you have draft combines and collective bargaining and all those things. They from what I know, they've taken precautions, and they've made sure that when they do get these players and when they do get these teams, that everyone is well compensated. In terms of exposure, everyone gets the same amount of exposure. But you're right, that time commitment and the ability to be scouted is going to be tough, and two, if you want to be a pro, most likely, at least at the start, you're going to have to move to the U.S., and not everyone has an easy way to go there. Not everyone can just pick up their things and say, I'm going to the U.S. and I'm gonna be a pro Overwatch player. Like, it's not that easy.
Yeah, I think it's more of like it benefits the gaming industry as a whole that they're doing something like this when they're like scouting players from all over the world. It's like how they do it in traditional sports, not really real, but in traditional sports where there's scouts, people who go around the world looking for these good players in their area or in their country. So it's a new way of bringing changing the foundation of how esports normally operates.
Justin,
it's more
let's hear your thoughts. Oh, sorry.
No, tama. Let's hear what Justin has to say, because he's the only one credible among us.
Wow. Well, not
no
as
pressure,
credible.
Justin.
No pressure.
Because this is like different. This is esports. It's not my cup of tea. But this is like the first time I think we're in the developer, or rather the company who is in charge of the game, is actually managing the competitive scene of the game. Like that's why they bought MLG in the first place, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited, or rather scared, of like what they would, of what would happen, because like this is something new. Like it's not something that's happened before. Usually, like the esports scene is something of a third party
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of scene. It's like it's developed by the players themselves rather than the actual company. Uh, I don't think there's much happening with regards to this at the moment. I haven't really heard a lot, so I'm just waiting it out and just seeing like what impact this would be to like, the game, the Overwatch, and like the competitive scene, and in general. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm scared of the reason why I said I'm scared is like they acquired MLG, so I'm thinking the coverage for like the other games that MLG covers would be reduced, and like it's all about Overwatch and Blizzard games, so that's what I'm scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Mm,
but yeah,
but nothing is more important than Overwatch.
I think I think they said before like they're not gonna do such a thing, so I'm just waiting for them to like do something actually. So
Yeah.
I can't really react that much.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, in other 2016 events, we've seen a shift in terms of the importance of VR. VR has always been kind of a redheaded stepchild of gaming. We've always
Mm-hmm.
had VR in mind in terms of how we look at gaming in the future, but it's never been a direct focus. It's always been kind of a gimmick. But with recent events, we've seen an encouraging development in VR. Companies like Radeon and Nvidia have taken leaps and bounds in making VR an affordable thing,
Yeah.
and it's looking promising. And this year alone, we've seen a lot of devs. Justin, correct me if I'm wrong. Looking more seriously into VR. It's not just that
It's not a gimmick
attention. Yeah, it's not a gimmick. It's not just that thing you talk about to get attention anymore. It's a thing. It's a platform now where people can say, I want to tell my story, and I want to make a game, and I'm going to do it through VR. It's that kind of thing now.
Yeah, I think it's more because like at the start, like VR is new. Like nobody knows how to work with VR. They don't know how to develop games for VR, or rather compelling games for VR. So it was like a long period of like experimentation, people making movies and people making like VR experiences. It's not
Mm-hmm.
not not much of a game, and yeah, like, even now, like I would consider like our the company I work with to make VR games, like we are mostly like reaching out in the dark. Like we don't really know what to do because like
Mm-hmm.
there's no standards for it yet, and everything's new. Like everything is like you have to set a standard for it. And what we do know is like VR is a completely different. Like, it has to be taken into account right off the bat. You don't make games compatible with VR. You build games for VR, and I think that's the best way to make a VR game, not just like add VR to
You
this
mean like
game
you
Yeah.
mean
because
Arkham VR?
or the Final Fantasy VR like
Oh
demo like we
Jesus
saw.
Christ!
Yeah, yeah, like it's mostly because it's new. Like nobody knows what they're doing. Even
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing. Like, is this right? I don't know because like, there's no standards for this yet. Um, like I'm really hopeful for like the future of it. Like people are kind of getting their grasp on it, and people are already setting like the standards for how this thing works, how touch works, or something. And what I'm excited now is like since everyone is about to have like their own touch controller, like Oculus is about to release their touch controller. The HTC has the controller, has their like
Mm-hmm.
HTC 5 controller. PS4 has their Move. Like I'm waiting for like what other things they could add to VR. So it's
Yeah.
getting pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. And to comment more on what you were saying with the lack of standards, it reminds me of when I watched the Blizzard anniversary documentary, and they were talking about how, they were this group of kids who had no idea what limitations they had when they were making video games, and it kind of helped them because they didn't know what the limitations were, or no one was telling them you can't do this, you can't do that. It helped them. It helped them be ambitious. It helped them push the envelope because they didn't know. They didn't know what the limits were. They were like, okay, let's you wanna make a claymation dungeon crawler? Let's make a claymation dungeon crawler, which was eventually scrapped and turned into Diablo 3. But it's that kind of thinking, that okay, there are no limits yet that can help progress. I mean, I don't mean to wax poetic too much, but it's kind of a gift and a curse, isn't it? Like, you can worry as much as you want about how you don't know what you're doing, but at the same time, you're kind of given free reign. You're kind of given the chance to explore, without fear of stepping on too many toes.
Yeah, I kind of agree to a point because if you were supposed to follow a strict flowchart or a formula, then it would really hamper the creativity. You won't make anything unique. However, there's when I mean standards, it's more of a gameplay perspective and how mechanics should work. Right now,
okay,
I think it's kind of agreed that games should work at 60 FPS or something.
Okay.
Because, well, not really. Action games have to work at 60 FPS because it's more accurate that way. Or first-person shooters should have as big of an FOV as possible. Because if you limit your FOV to 90%, or rather 90 degrees, then you won't really see much. Those kinds of standards. In terms of how stuff controls, in terms of the RT, for example, RTS is a new, well, not new genre. It's a pretty old genre, but it already established the standards of how an RTS plays. It has to have you scroll when you move your mouse to the edge of the screen because that helps with the movement. Those kinds of standards.
And you hold down the button and you drag a square around to get a lot of
the selection feature.
I
was talking more about those standards, because those actually help help the player play the game. And right now we're not doing any. We're not we don't know what we're doing. Which is a better way of implementing the grabbing of objects. So that's something we are still experimenting on.
Kind of like how as soon as you touch an FPS, you know that WASD is moving forward, left.
That's
right,
that kind of standards. Because if you suddenly change it to ESTF, then it's pretty pretty weird.
Well, you never know. Things could change drastically. You remember when you guys ever played GoldenEye on the N64?
Yeah.
Remember that was the FPS shooter for consoles at that time. And do you remember how the strafe used to be?
I don't remember.
Remember the analog? No, it wasn't. The N64 controllers had remember those 4 yellow buttons on the side?
Yeah.
Those were the strafe buttons.
Oh, weird.
Wait.
So and then it was, and then the left, the only analog stick, that was basically the aiming.
And it was
but
mirrored.
and then and then after that, Perfect Dark came out. Those were the console shooters of that time, and then especially couch gaming, and then at some point it changed. It became the game. I don't know when it changed. I'm not sure if it was in Halo or in previous COD games, where at some point they changed that norm, and then they all of a sudden made it the right analog. When PlayStation 2 came out with the left and right analog, it changed the controller scheme. That the right analog stick to strafe And
Yeah, I think it's more
I
of
think-
like a step. Okay.
yeah, and like what I'm to comment what you said. I mean, those things can change at any time.
Yeah, I know. It's like I think people are finding ways to make a better way of doing this, a single thing.
Yeah,
It's like
well,
when I look back now, like the N64 controller looks pretty weird. There's an analog stick in the center. It's really weird shape. It's
you
really
didn't know
weird
how
shape.
you wouldn't know how to hold the thing because it had.
Yeah,
three
you wouldn't know how to hold the thing. Like if you came from playing a PS1 or like a PS4 right now,
Yeah.
when you look back, there's a reason why this controller does not exist anymore.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a reason why the DualShock is like the standard for controllers.
It's like
So
there were three sticks like this, right? Sometimes
yeah, there was three sticks.
I knew people who would hold the controller using these two handles, but the norm was
I
just
would
to
hold it like the middle ones.
Yeah, I think
I
the
would
better
hold
way was
these
to hold
two.
the middle ones, right? The middle ones.
It's
But then when some people would play, they would hold the ones in the ends, and then their thumb would reach out all the way in the middle just to move the,
Yeah,
the joystick.
pretty weird. It's hella weird. So yeah, I think this is like I could say the same with VR right now. Like people are innovating things, re-innovating things, and like they're finding the best way to like make such a thing happen or to make this. How do you make the player like look, or just that's just as simple as that? How do you look in a VR game?
Yeah.
It's not about making
Yeah.
a different controller. It's about making a different system in itself.
Yeah,
It's like,
something that's
you don't-
more.
You don't change a steering wheel in the car. No one does that anymore. It's still the same. What they're
Yeah,
just
because
making
like
is
that's
Yeah.
years of like research, years of.
and it works. The only thing
Yeah,
what
it
they're
works.
just doing differently is what they're gonna do is make electronically operated cars that follow basically automated cars. That's a different system.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, we're at that weird point where like nobody knows what they're doing, so they're looking for the best way of doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool.
It's
I'm looking
exciting.
forward to finding more about VR as time goes by, you know, and especially as Justin manages to sneak me in and out of his office, so I can play more VR games. You know, I'm looking forward to that. You know, it's not all peaches and cream, DZ and Justin. You know, as we have fun technological advancements like VR, we also get things disappearing from the face of the earth. Disney Infinity and the Toys to Life market not looking too good in 2016.
Yeah.
You know, Disney Infinity was forced to shut down because sales just weren't that good, even though the games themselves were on the up and up. And it's sad.
It's a shame. So sad.
It was a good concept. I mean, the whole buying of the figurines that would let you play that character.
Mm-hmm.
That was absolutely expensive though for like the
Yeah.
Yes.
It became a cash grab pretty much, and that's what they had in mind. And I guess that was part of the downfall, was they focused too much on the toys themselves, that when the games started getting good, it was too late.
Mm. Well, you know, you do have to remember that Nintendo originally was a toy company, not really at first.
Well, we're
Yeah.
talking. Are we talking about Infinity or like the Amiibos?
I'm just
Well, Toys to Life in general, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Well, I think like Nintendo got away with it because like it's Nintendo. They have their own console and they have their own like first party games. And it's amazing because like what Nintendo like did well is like they made the Amiibos become like DLCs for the games that they have.
Yeah,
Like they
it's a
might
good
mini
idea.
DLCs. So
Mm.
they're really smart, really good move, Nintendo.
Yeah.
I don't-
So
I
yeah,
honestly don't Nintendo for that idea. I mean, it's just another way of presenting DLC. DLC is DLC, but it's just how you present it that's different.
Yeah.
You're saying, Harold, sorry?
No, it really is all in not only the way it's presented, but you know, the way they affect the games that they're tied into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, Disney Infinity, man, Justin's right. Eventually, it was going to cost way too much.
Yeah.
Super expensive.
Yeah.
And eventually, like...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Eventually,
Sorry,
what?
and eventually, these parents who the parents of the kids who play Disney Infinity would rather just like give them a mobile device, like go play with this iPad, go play with this tablet, rather than spend so much on Disney Infinity and the consoles and all the whatever.
Yeah, it was kind of like this generation's card games, pretty much. Like it'll never stop.
Yeah.
You're just gonna keep getting those decks. You're just gonna keep getting those cards and those booster packs.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you're right. Nintendo was smart in the way they conducted their model.
Market.
Yeah. So speaking of Nintendo, we had the Pokemon 20th anniversary this year. They had some pop-ups in LA and Japan. Good stuff, Pikachu left and right.
Pikachu's dancing in Japan.
Pikachu's dancing, yeah. So, some downloadable Pokemon, that kind of stuff, but rather quiet in terms of what we got out of Pokemon this year. And up until Sun and Moon, I mean, it hasn't been... I mean, we got Pokemon Go as well this year, which was fantastic, like we talked about in the previous show. A phenomenon.
2 months.
Short-lived phenomenon.
Short-lived phenomenon, but a phenomenon nonetheless. But, aside from those, like, I really won't remember 2016 as Pokemon's 20th anniversary, sadly.
Yeah, I agree, because like, there's really not much that news, like new things that came out with regards to Pokemon.
I was expecting bigger. I was expecting so much bigger.
Yeah, me too. But I guess it's like a quiet time for like, Pokemon and Nintendo.
Yeah. And I guess the same could be said for Blizzard and their 25th anniversary, because nothing huge was announced during BlizzCon.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a lot from BlizzCon, because like there was a time where I was thinking, like, what could they show on BlizzCon? Is it Diablo 4? I don't think so, because like Diablo 3 was short. It is like the lifetime for it is pretty short.
Yeah.
So yeah. There's really not.
If they had announced Warcraft 4, then I'd be impressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
They won't.
Yeah, but I don't think Warcraft 4 is ever going to happen. I mean, if they do come out with another RTS, and it's not StarCraft, I'm sure it'll be a completely new IP, and it'll be welcome. It'll be a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I actually hope they come up with something different or a new IP. No,
Yeah.
I don't mind them stopping StarCraft where it is, because for me, I'm happy with the ending. It ended, and that's it. I'm good with that.
Yeah. All right. DZ, you want to talk about Plants vs. Zombies Heroes?
Yeah. Actually,
Yes.
earlier, me and Justin were talking about it. I'm not a Hearthstone guy. I tried it, wasn't my thing. But playing Plants vs. Zombies. First thing I want to point out, it's a clean game, super polished, works like a charm. The animations of it's a card game, but unlike Hearthstone, the cards you put down, they come out as plants, not cards, and then they have unique attack animations. Some are similar to, it's very similar to the old games, like the Plants vs. Zombies, the original Plants vs. Zombies, and the second one. There are a shitload of new plants, and it's great how they bring them to life and they make them very unique either way. And there are more variations of like pea shooters, and you'd think that nowadays since Hearthstone is like the #1 card game, you'd think that would be hard to. How are we gonna top this? But what they did, I don't know if you know this, Herald, but like they have this mechanic in Plants vs. Zombies Heroes where you can. Some stages there's like an upper ground level, and a water like the one lane is like an upper ground lane, then the 3 lanes in the middle are like lower ground, and then the last remaining lane, the 5th lane, is like a water lane, which you can only put certain amphibious cards on it, or amphibious plants or zombies on it. So it changes the whole play style, because you're gonna have to anticipate How am I gonna counter this? I don't have any amphibious cards that can kill the opponent's amphibious card, or there's some plants that get increased stats by putting them on an upper level. So it has, there's a lot. You have to really think about what's gonna happen and what you're gonna play. Like any traditional card game, it's just that they were able to add this new thing to the traditional card gaming experience. That other than that, what was that? Fuck, I forgot. There was one more thing I was gonna mention. I want to point out that PopCap, they're always it's so surprising to me that this game, the first Plants vs. Zombies, the original franchise, came out, when was that? Came out in 2009. But, and they've made so many games after that. A second Plants vs. Zombies, a freaking FPS shooter that's Plants vs. Zombies, which was also received pretty well, and now they made a card game out of it. It's like they continue to make changes.
It's the new
to this
Blizzard, yo.
Yeah, they continue to make innovations and changes to a franchise, like one of their best-selling franchises. And it's just surprised me that, even if it's like the same game over and over again, it's still great. Take a look at Rovio. They make Angry Birds, but Angry Birds, I'm sick of it because it's the same mechanic over and over again. All they do is just make a Star Wars version of it, or they, the last great, the no gravity one. I mean, it is a great thing, but it's like it's not a it's not a different genre. It's still the same slingshot genre. But I want to, I wouldn't mind seeing. Imagine if they made an FPS of that. But I'm not saying they will, but it's hard. The IP isn't relevant isn't as relevant as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, I just want to really give props to the Plants vs. Zombies franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Justin? What do you think?
Any thoughts on PvZ Heroes?
Yeah, I played PvZ Heroes quite extensively as well. What struck me out the most is like their payment model. I think it's genius because like it's a fair payment model compared to like Hearthstone. In Hearthstone, you could spend thousands of dollars just to get the cards that you need. However, with PvZ, you don't have to. I just spent $40 and I have like enough cards to make the deck that I want. I don't think you need to. I think you only need to spend like less than 100 to get them all. Because like they have this way where you have a hero. We are gonna make you a special pack just for this hero, which will contain like a lot of cards that are specific to that hero.
Mm-hmm.
In Hearthstone, there's none of that. You just have the whole expansion. You could get anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit more fair. It's a bit more like it ensures that you get what you want instead of like getting random stuff. And
I haven't spent a thing, and I'm enjoying.
Yeah, like it's also like the rate at which you acquire the premium currency to buy the packs, or the free currency to buy the packs. It's pretty generous as well. It's not like Hearthstone, where you have to spend a lot. So yeah, I think it's really good. I think it's like my new Hearthstone.
Oh, okay. The light went on in your room, and it's like when you said it's like my new Hearthstone. It's like you had a new idea. Oh man! All right, awesome. All right. Lastly, actually, two last things before we wrap up this episode. This was also the year of disappointing game movies. We got Angry Birds the game, the movie. Warcraft the movie. Kingsglaive, Final Fantasy 15. I actually didn't see Kingsglaive. Did you guys see Kingsglaive?
I heard it was great.
It was okay.
It was okay. Okay. And we're getting Assassin's Creed at the end of the month. Angry Birds came and went. No one cared. Warcraft Sadly,
best-
was not.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, I've talked about this on the show before as well. It wasn't a huge waste of money. It was good for what it was, but it wasn't what I was hoping. It wasn't what I was hoping it to be.
I loved it. I loved everything about it.
Yeah, I forgot about
Harold.
this. Diego Z really loved Warcraft the movie.
Even Mikhail agreed that this is the best movie of video game movie by far.
You two are dead to me. We're moving on. GameByte.
Justin, what do you think? Come on, what do you think about Warcraft?
Oh my god! But Herald is the best teammate ever. So,
Haven't played with me yet. You have, dude. I play a pretty badass Winston. Come on.
all right, I really haven't played with any of you guys yet. So like, I think it's okay. Like when I watched it, it wasn't like what I hoped it would be, but it was still good, like on its own right. Maybe it's because like if the lore for Warcraft wasn't so chaotic as it is now, maybe I would have appreciated it better. But right now, I don't really care for Warcraft lore ever since like Warlords of Draenor came out. So like,
Because
They
it's
just
okay.
tried to
That
shove
time
too
traveling
much.
bullshit.
They
Yeah,
just tried
yeah.
to shove too much into one movie.
yeah.
Yeah. But
All right. So
wait. I
Kingsglaive?
have. Oh,
sorry.
Kingsglaive.
These, you want to talk more about Warcraft?
Nah, okay. I was gonna say. Wait, I thought you were ending the topic of the movie. So go ahead. Kingsglaive. I haven't seen it. What do you guys think?
I didn't appreciate it until like I knew that it had something to do with FF15. Like at the start, it was pretty messy because like it was a mixture of scenes. You don't know what's going on. However, like a lot of those scenes will be explained in FF15. That's why I wanted to buy the game right now and like play it just to know like what it's. I didn't really see any spoilers. Like I didn't watch the scenes in FF15 because like I don't want to be spoiled. But after hearing it from like a lot of the people who already own FF15 and are playing it, that they suggest that I watch Kingsglaive, and I already watched it like when it was on theaters. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. Like hopefully I don't like my excitement was called for, and I'm not getting excited for nothing. So.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Yeah, that's about
Angry
it.
Birds.
Lastly,
Hey, wait. Angry Birds.
nah,
Wait,
we're
wait.
good.
Let's skip over that.
Wait, go. You guys.
Moana
Did
was
you guys
pretty
watch
good.
it? Did you guys watch
Moana
it?
was pretty good.
It wasn't relevant.
Really?
I don't
Okay,
think it
wait.
was
I just want to add. No. Okay. In fairness, it was good, but
Ah.
that's here. It was good in the sense that it had its moments. If you played the game, it's a movie that will only cater to those who have played the game.
Yeah, I played the game. as
Just
well,
that.
Well,
And
I mean,
it's-
billions of people have played the game.
but it was already pre-installed in a lot of Android phones back then.
Oh, was it? Wow.
It was like every phone
It's like-
before had to have the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Fruit Ninja. Every
Oh
phone
my
has
God,
Fruit
Fruit Ninja.
Yeah. It
Is it
earned.
weird that already feels like a throwback talking about Fruit Ninja? Is that weird?
Yeah, I think.
Ninja. Yeah, pretty weird.
Oh man. All right. Oh no, we lost the lighting on Justin's face. That's all right. Lastly, DZ, I am thankful.
Proper timing on the lighting, by the way.
Yeah. I am thankful that we got to host a little thing called Indie Arena at the Esports and Gaming Summit of 2016, live
Yeah.
in Manila, Philippines. It was a fun time, was it not?
It was fun because it was like funny. The funniest part was that we went there not knowing we were gonna do that.
We kind of knew. We kind of knew.
Kinda.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, but it was so fun, man. We got to meet a lot of independent developers locally and from other countries. A small little indie studio named Art Play from Japan. We got to meet that guy,
Really humble.
Koji Igarashi. Some small time developer.
Oh, don't downplay it, man. It's that man name. The man, sorry, the guy. Not that guy, it's the guy.
Oh man, I'm psyched. And things are looking up for next year.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because of that. So, in on the topic of ESGS 2016, I can't thank the people who made it happen enough. Jobert, Gwen for having us there. It was great. It was a great experience.
Yeah, it was. That was probably the best convention I've ever been to.
Mm-hmm.
It was
But-
ESGS.
Mm.
It was the best ESGS I've ever went to.
Is that the second one only though? Right?
It's the third, I think.
The third? Oh. Third time's the charm.
Yeah, I mean, before it was like this small time meeting of developers. It was mostly for esports. I see, but now the esports part of ESGS is moved to push the background. I mean, they're still there, but you don't. It's not the only thing that you hear from the whole hall.
I didn't
Before
even.
it was.
I didn't
before
even
it was all
watch.
shoutcast.
I didn't even watch an esports game for ESGS. I was really stuck on the indie side and all the other booths. That was really my focus. It's my God, when I was watching, I tried to watch one of the esports things. I think it was a wrong timing. I was watching the one, the MOBA on tablets.
What was it?
I don't know. It's just those MOBA games that they have on their tablets, and then I just never seen so many people look so intensely playing on their tablets, picking and moving the people.
Big Dory.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I was like, I won't. I'm not. Okay. I'm not making fun of them. It's just.
Are you really not? Because it sounds like you
I'm
are.
not. No, but it just looked amusing and entertaining watching them when you're when you're watching traditional esports people they're on their computers and they're playing with their mouse and really serious that, right?
It's
These
not
guys
something
are
you expect.
these guys are sorry.
I
I'm not
agree.
fine. Maybe
So
I'm making
bad.
fun of them, but it's just it's no. I get it. Looked really intense watching it on screen, but if you watch them, it's wow, this is you'd
It's
think
pretty legit.
If you didn't know what it was, man, this is what the hell are they playing? What could they possibly be playing that have them tapping the thing so intensely, right?
Fruit Ninja.
True ninja, dude.
Ninja.
True ninja. Justin's got it right.
Yeah, I agree. It's something new. I don't really see that games as something that could be attributed to esports, but apparently it's a thing. So
It's a thing.
yeah,
I actually
Cool.
hear the tap it is the future.
it
Yeah,
probably is.
The tap it.
I was
Eventually
kidding,
all
but
the consoles
it's weird
die.
that you're agreeing.
Yeah, because a lot of children are growing up on tablets, so it might take
Oh.
over. It
Oh my
might take
God.
over the handheld
I
space.
don't know if that's a good thing. I mean,
If it makes them smarter, pattern recognition and all those
Does
other
it?
weird functions of the brain.
Hopefully it does.
that's a huge if. If it makes them smarter.
Yeah, you never know. All right.
No,
Closing thoughts on 2016 for gaming, and let's go around and say what we're thankful for. Let's start with Justin.
Overwatch. Sorry.
yeah, Easy already said it. I'm thankful for Blizzard, for Overwatch, for revamping the StarCraft game. StarCraft is exciting again. I'm thankful for all the developers who released their games in 2016. really, I love games. I love the gaming community. I love games in general, and I'm thanking all the people who like make games and do this for a living. Thank you for all your hard work. That's,
Thank you, Justin, for your hard work.
You're welcome. I appreciate it.
DZ.
Thank you.
DZ.
Thank you.
Final thoughts on 2016's gaming, and what are you thankful for?
Overwatch. No, really.
Overwatch.
It's like no, because
Overwatch.
for one thing, okay, here. My barkada kasi, we have always tried for the longest time to play a game together. It's just that majority. Sometimes what would happen is like here we tried to play Dota as a group, but it just never worked out. It came to a point where like one of us just
Dropped out.
couldn't get into it as much as we tried. Battlefield, we tried to get into that. Like Battlefield 2, as in like the second one, we tried to get into that before, but internet was shit before, so we could never play we could never play games together. Battlefield,
Bonanza.
yeah, Battlefield 3 was also great.
I'm sorry. Did you just say ISP Bonanza?
I just
I'm having flashbacks, dude. I'm having flashbacks to the dial-up tone and that purple monkey.
Shit. But yeah, tama. I mean, ISP, the internet was shit before.
Freaking prepaid cards, man. Go to the computer shop just to get the freaking prepaid card that would last like an hour. God damn.
Oh my god. Fuck that, dude. And then we tried doing online games, but it would like out of the 6 of us, only 2 of us actually played together most of the time. Battlefield 3, it was great. Battlefield 3 was the closest thing we had. It's just that if you compare, Battlefield to Overwatch, what's more of a team game, right? Where you really need your team there. Of course, it's Overwatch, right? So
were you actually asking us Overwatch?
I think.
Sorry.
I actually think it's Battlefield, but yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! Fight!
But anyway, I mean,
fight!
I mean, there's I can agree that. I mean, it is also a team game, but it came to a point sometimes like when we played Battlefield for hours. It would come to a point where we weren't talking anymore because it's like just the same. You don't have to go. You don't always have to go.
Yeah, because like there's
even if it's a better idea. But this one, like Overwatch, you're really enclosed in a sense. But the thing is, it just now moving to Overwatch. Shit. This is we from our group. There was like we've managed to get a 6-man team. Like that's my entire barkada there to play, and it's the most fun I've had gaming in years.
It's always
primarily because of all my friends love the game, and that's just something new to me. Yeah, yun lang.
All right. So my final thoughts on 2016's gaming. It's a great year. This is the most amount of games I've played in a long time. Over the years, I've only really played World of Warcraft because it costs a lot of money. That and sports games, FIFA, NBA. This has been the year that's gotten me back into trying out different games. I've actually picked up Dynasty Warriors for the PC, and I'm looking forward to playing it because I've not yet. Red Dead Redemption is definitely right outside my door, literally right outside my door, waiting for me to play it. After Pokemon, I'm gonna be on that hype train because the Westworld got me on that cowboy hype train. I'm super thankful for Blizzard as well, like Justin said. I am as close to a Blizzard fanboy as you can get without actually admitting that I'm a Blizzard fanboy.
I own all the Blizzard games.
Yeah, I'm thankful for Under Armour for giving me this Tony Stark shirt. No, but in all seriousness, we talk about how quiet it is in terms of booming and in terms of noise that the gaming industry's made, but silently it's made leaps and bounds this year. You know, we're
There are no Assassin's Creed games this year.
Just a movie.
No Assassin's Creed games.
and if you're in the right
Yeah.
country, you get 0 Assassin's Creed at all this year. We don't get the movie till here in the Philippines till January. So, you know,
Yeah, cool.
it's been a pretty good year. We're getting good VR. Esports is growing at a steady pace that allows the esports athletes to be sustained by esports. You know, until they hit 26, and then they're freaking old men that have to retire.
And they have carpal tunnel syndromes.
They have carpal
Oh,
tunnel.
God.
You
I
know,
hope not.
being 26 in the esports world is old.
That's abysmal.
It's freaking weird, man. I mean, you don't hit your prime in sports until you're like 30, so it's so weird. But yeah, I mean, we're just so lucky to live in this time where we can take Pokemon Go and altered reality for granted. And fiber internet is reaching multiple people. So it's an exciting time. 2017.
Shout out to PLDT Fiber.
No shout out to them because I still don't have PLDT fiber, you jerks. I'm waiting for it. But yeah, 2016's been great. I can't wait to see what 2017 has in store. XCOM. Sorry, I forgot to mention XCOM. XCOM was a great thing. I got to make all my friends and family see them die in my very arms.
Me too.
Because
Don't
of
worry,
you. You're the reason
Same.
they died.
Yeah,
I
dude.
was supposed to click that.
A lot of saving and loading in XCOM. I don't like people dying on my watch. If I'm not in the party and someone else is the reason for them getting killed, I kind of don't mind as much. But you know, but yeah, 2016's been great. I managed to start quit stalling in 2016, and I am so thankful to be surrounded by such talented people like Diego and Justin.
And thank you, Herald, for starting.
Thank you.
So I can't wait to see what
Yes.
2016 has in store for us. 2017 has in store for us because, you know, 2016 is but a fraction of what we can do. So I'm looking forward to it, man. QuitSmas 2016, episode 6 has
Looking
been
forward
great.
to that.
Guys, I think that's it, man. Hold on, let me play some. Let me play this out. Oh, copyright infringement. Diego Z, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on GameByte?
You can find me on my Instagram and Twitter. Just kidding. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, which is at InstaDZ. Spelling is on this side of the screen. You can check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/Diego Zulaga Photography. Yeah, that's where you can find me. And watch it for my streams at the Salty Spittoon, where I stream my my salty Overwatch games with my friendly esports team.
Yeah, man. You should reserve that Twitch.tv/InstaDZ already.
Actually, I have an account. I just haven't figured out how to use the damn thing.
Oh, it's easy. Stream key, it's the same as Facebook and YouTube. All right, we'll get to that in just a little bit. But Justin, thank you so much for joining us, man. I can't thank you enough for being on QuitSmas here on GameByte.
Thank you for having
Is there
me
anything
here.
you want to plug?
Nothing really. I don't really do social media. If you want to find me, I'd probably be in my room playing games.
Oh,
I mean, you could
that-
like chat me up on Facebook. But I guess that, and we could probably play games on Steam. That's about it.
Oh, all right. We'll put Justin's gamer tag on Steam in the comments section below. But again, Justin is a writer on Quit Stalling. You'll see his work very soon there, and we're looking forward to having you on more podcast episodes, Justin. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here.
All right, guys. If you want to find me outside of Quit Stalling, well, actually in Quit Stalling, you can find me on the Quit Stalling Talk Show. Lots of episodes coming up this month, so stay tuned for that. I'll be with Jay. I'll be with James. I'll be with our new writer, Santiago Santa Cruz. And of course, the man with more podcasting experience than all of us put together, Gallard Labares, will be on the Quit Stalling Talk Show. So stay tuned for that. Guys, I'm on YouTube. Look for Herald Plays. That's HeraldPlays. Instagram and Twitter at Herald Plays. Brand unification, people. Brand unification. If you want to find us on Facebook, it's Quit Stalling US. So facebook.com/QuitStallingUS. We're on Twitter at QuitStallingUs. QuitStallingUS. Instagram.com/QuitStalling or at QuitStalling. Find us on SoundCloud. SoundCloud.com/QuitStalling. We're on iTunes. Please leave us a 5-star review for the GameByte podcast on iTunes. God knows we need it. YouTube, search for Quit Stalling, and you will find our channel and all the GameByte episodes up there. I think that's it. Oh, and if you want to find all of these links, head on over to www.quitstalling.us or Quit Stalling Us. Let me transition real quick over here. Oh, no, not that one. This one. Oh, yeah, it's time to go, guys. It's time to go. But before we do, I'd like to thank again my co-host, Diego Z. It's been an amazing 2016 with you, and I'm looking forward to 2017. Justin, again, we will have you on again, man. I swear to God, you have been a delight. You have been a delight. For Justin, for Diego Z, for the absent Gallard, this has been Herald, and this has been Quit Stalling's GameByte. We will see you guys 2017. Oh, the music's too soft. Here we go. This episode of GameByte has been brought to you by the Quit Stalling Studios Podcast Network. Get off your butt and do something good.